Hi, my name is Ashley.
And my name is Lucia, and welcome back to another episode of 76 Cents Pod.
Today we are going to be talking about the Hunger Games, specifically some controversial topics and maybe some unpopular opinions that we have about the Hunger Games. We're going to give a brief synopsis of what happens in the Hunger Games if you haven't read it or watched the movies. Um, but Yeah, so I guess we'll just give a brief like overview of the plot without too many spoilers in the beginning. But
Mm-hmm.
then once we get into the good stuff, I'm gonna be like, hey, this is the part. If you don't want spoilers,
Yeah,
go
listener
away.
discretion is advised if you have not read or watched the movies because we will be spoiling everything.
Yes, but right now you're safe. We'll just kind of explain the general plot. So,
Mm-hmm.
Lucia, I'm gonna hand it off to you because you read it the
I
most
read them last year, yes. So basically, the books take place in the dystopian future, and there's kind of like this overarching government called the Capitol, and they oversee 12 districts and they kind of like control them and give them all their food and supplies and stuff. And since the districts are very poor, every year the capital makes them send two kids, a boy and a girl from each district, to the capital, and then they basically fight to the death in what are called the Hunger Games. And if you win, you get like a lot of money and stuff. So like you want to win because you don't have anything. It has a lot of themes, like talks about like class, like warfare, discrimination. Um there's like surveillance state there because a lot of cameras are everywhere. There's like not trusting
Yeah,
authority. So yeah.
extremely unjust government. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, basically the Hunger Games is because of that. They had a rebellion. Country had a rebellion, and then they were like, "Nah, we're not doing that. So we're gonna kill you off instead, or make you
Yep.
kill each other off."
And if you don't listen, we will kill you anyways. So you have to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, very messed up, but like it is very like the way it's written is really good. So highly recommend. Um, yeah, I guess we're gonna first talk about a little bit about the books themselves. Maybe not that many spoilers in this first part if you guys still want to keep listening. But yeah, I wanted to just give some opinions on the plot. I feel like The Hunger Games actually was like one of the first young adult dystopian novels. Like before these came out, that whole genre wasn't really that popular. And then like
Yeah.
after it came out, that's like when like Divergent and like I don't even remember the other ones, but there's a
I
lot of
think
them.
I think the books were like already kind of out. Like I think that
Mm-hmm.
Divergent was out like I don't know, it was out a good amount of time before the movie came out. But like once the Hunger Game movies were made, that's when they started like everyone started reading dystopian and they started making all these movies and some of them are not good. At
Yeah.
Divergent was
Oh,
one.
I just did not finish the series. That was bad. Sorry to them. I mean, not sorry because
Yeah.
it's bad.
I
But
mean,
yeah, like
I love
there's
the
other books too.
Divergent books. I love
Yeah,
the Divergent books. The problem was the movies did not match the books at all. And
it
I
is
the
bad.
first one was pretty like okay. The first one was okay. The second movie, I was like, what is this? Like, this is not at all what happened. No.
Yeah, see, I didn't even
The
watch
third
them, so
book,
I wouldn't know, but it's
the
fine.
third book, they completely ruined the entire end of the story. And I was like, so
Uh,
bye. But back to the Hunger Games. The
yeah,
Divergent is another story,
yeah,
but
we don't have to we don't have to get into that, but it's just a
yeah.
mess.
But I
Yeah,
think
Hunger Games. Yeah.
if you wanna not be spoiled, stop listening now because we're about to spoil
Yeah.
some stuff. So the
Yeah.
Hunger Games, the Hunger Games is intense, man. Like that,
Yeah, it's actually so graphic. Like when I was rereading it last year, I was like, people are dying. Like, I mean, obviously when I read it as a kid or like in middle school, I was like, oh ha, this is like cool, but like it is so scary when you're thinking about like these young children. Like when Rue died, I literally cried because she's 12 years old and she got brutally murdered. It's just messed up. Oh my
Yeah, the
gosh.
thing is, I like read it when I was 12, so I was like, oh, these people are like old. And now I'm like, those
Yeah,
are children.
exactly. Like they're like 12 to
Weird.
18. That is literally children. It just
Yeah.
makes my head hurt. Like it's scary.
But
Um
that's the thing that like makes it so good is that it's like
yeah.
so messed up. But I don't know. I feel like it wasn't too graphic, but it was just
Yeah.
in
It
like
still
the
had
whole
like enough
series.
horrors. Hmm.
It was intense because I was in sixth grade when I read it. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like this oppressive government take down the freaking like capital. I was like a whole rebel.
Yeah, there's
But
a revolution going on and like all these kids were basically at front and center. Wild.
yeah. Mm,
And it's like
it's
also
insane.
like since I was reading it last year, and I mean I've learned a lot about the world in the past like I don't know 10 years since it came out. Yeah, so reading it with like when you're an adult just makes it so different because you start to, see things in the books that you're like, "Oh, this happens in real life too."
Mhm.
Uh-oh, it's a little too close to home. Suzanne Collins she really just wrote it all in there. She said, I'm not gonna hide anything. Not gonna sugarcoat it." Oh,
Yep. Dude, the fact that she made like District 11 like basically the equivalent of slavery, and I was like,
oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's we have a messed up history.
Yeah.
And
And
not
like
that far off from like what she's presenting in this book.
yeah. And most of the districts had like they were like not white people. Like and then like the capital was like really rich and they were just viewing all of the games as fun. Like they didn't see anything wrong with it because they just enjoy suffering. And I saw that and I was like,
Well, I think that the capital and the people in the capital is like kind of a representation of how rich people or like people who don't experience the oppression are they are just like literally oblivious to it. They just
yeah.
like choose to like not acknowledge how terrible it is and they're just it's like literally a game to them because it doesn't affect them. And I think that's like the
Mm-hmm.
point she was trying to make is like that they literally look silly and ridiculous like compared to
Yeah.
everyone else sitting up on their high horse like, "Oh yes, like kill each other. Like I'm watching
Yeah.
this on TV. This is so fun." Like when
Yeah.
in reality for other people like that's their life. Like they
Yeah.
have to
Meanwhile, like Katniss was starving. Like she was like literally eating bread off the street.
yeah. So I think I like how like she makes the Capitol look like ridiculous in like
Mm-hmm.
the way that they dress and the way that they act and the way that they talk because like that's how our classes pretty much are. It's
Yeah.
insane. Like Jeff Bezos, I
That
mean,
man
who would
literally
have money?
he is so disconnected from reality. Like I bet if like you talk to him about anything, he would just like not understand because he doesn't have to worry about anything. Like he has so much money that he's everything's taken care of. He doesn't know how hard people have to work just to like pay their rent or like afford food or whatever because he doesn't do that. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, anyways, eat the rich. Oh,
Yeah,
uh,
pretty much.
tee.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, but I wanted to talk a little bit about our favorite characters and maybe our least favorite characters, but we can talk about our favorite characters. Um, I feel like I don't know if this is like an unpopular opinion, but I actually like that the book is in Katniss's point of view, like first person. Even though I don't normally read first person, because I don't know, it's kind of weird sometimes. But like I actually enjoyed her narrative.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know, for YA novels, I like it being first person because a lot of them, like, you're seeing like what they experience, and it's like
Hmm.
this is a world that I would never know what it would be like to experience that. So, like, having it be in first person gives you their perspective, which
Yeah.
is good. And Yeah, I think that's important to this book especially because, like, if it was in third person, I would not be as
I
interested.
don't think I would understand that at all either. Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, you wouldn't be able to hear her thoughts and, like, yeah,
Yeah.
it would
And
get
a big part of it, of the book, is like how she like never asked to be the Mockingjay. Like she just fell into that. Like she wasn't thinking of anything when she did the trick with the berries. Like she just wanted to survive.
yeah.
And yeah, so like if I had read that in a different point of view, it wouldn't have been like as impactful because she didn't know what was going to happen. Obviously, she was just literally trying to stay alive. So
Yeah. And I feel like also if it was written in third person, like you could take that so many different ways. Like everything that happens in the book, you could interpret it as like, oh, well, maybe she was thinking this and blah blah blah, but like she genuinely like was not trying to uproot anything.
yeah,
She was
she
just
just says
like,
it how it is.
yeah. I like Katniss as a character though because I don't know. I feel like some people don't like her because they think that she's annoying, and I'm like, okay, I kind of relate to that. But
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Like they say that she, I don't know, like I don't know if it's like the way that she narrates or whatever, but honestly, I feel like she is, you can sympathize with her. She's just a kid, like she never asked to do any of that, and she still did it anyways. She played her part well.
yeah, I think that's a complaint that people have about a lot of YA novels, though, because like whenever I talk to someone about like I don't know, like Red Queen or Divergent, even, or I'm trying to think like The Selection, which isn't really like dystopian, but like YA,
It's similar, yeah.
like they're all like, I hate the main character, like she's so annoying. I'm like, can you shut up? Like, I'm sorry, you just don't like reading about like women in power who are like trying to rise above their station.
True.
Is that the
Yeah,
problem?
true.
Or like I feel like people have so many problems with female leads in YA novels, and I'm just like, why? Like, why do you have a problem with
Yeah.
everything that they do? Like, it's so annoying.
And they hate them for like things that they would praise like a male character for. Like if Katniss is like snarky or like she stands up for herself, they're like, oh, she's like just trying to do too much. But then
Or
like
like
if it
she's
was
annoying.
yeah, or but if it was like a male character, they'd be like, OMG, like so confident. Yeah. It's just
Yeah. I don't
misogyny. Yeah.
I don't know. Like I just feel like everyone hates on the main character so much for no reason, and they're like, "Well, why did they do this?" I'm like, "Oh no, like I would like if I had to go into the Hunger Games and like survive, like I would have kissed Peeta too, honey, even if I
Yeah,
didn't love him. I
exactly.
would have done it." Like I
She's
hands
16.
down.
Like what is she supposed to do?
Like
Like this is a child.
all these hoes who are out here. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that word on here.
Oh,
I'm
it's
sorry if anyone is listening that didn't want to hear me say that. But these people out here who like who liked Gale and like okay, the first book I will admit I was team Gale because I knew that the movie was coming out and Liam Hemsworth was attractive. Okay, I was in 6th grade. What was I to do? But like that was the first book. Later on, he becomes cheese garbage. Then we ignore Gale.
yeah, we'll get into that, but yeah,
Like
we
the
are
fact, like I was even Team Gale during book one, and when she kissed Peeta, I was like, "Oh shoot! Like, aren't you supposed to be in love with Gale?" But I wasn't out here like, "How dare she?" Because like
yeah,
she
don't
literally
bash her.
explained that she did it to save her life to get sponsors. Because literally, Haymitch told her to. He was like, "You call that a kiss?" And so
Oh,
she really had to kiss that man, like for real.
just to get some salve. Like she was dying from the fire, okay?
Yeah, like
Okay?
burns. She had to get some medicine.
Mhm.
Gosh, like y'all hate on her. And I'm like, if I was in that situation and I had to kill someone and or die, like I was dying and I needed help, I needed someone to sponsor me to give me medicine. Heck yes, I would kiss that man. I do not care about Gale. I do not in that moment he is irrelevant because like what am
Exactly.
I gonna do?
What
Die?
it like he's watching the show and you're in the arena and you know what the audience wants to see and you know that it will help you have a better chance at living. So it's like the practical choice here.
Yeah, but then everyone loves to hate on her for that. She's like, she betrayed Gale. And I'm like, maybe her government betrayed her.
Oh,
Or like, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
that.
maybe if she hadn't been chosen for the Hunger Games, if the games hadn't existed,
Yeah. Well, I
but
mean, she volunteered, but that's because her sister was chosen. And,
yeah, she
Prim
loves her sister. We love Prim.
loved Prim, but she would have died on the first day.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a noble volunteering right there.
Yep, yep. Oh, back to the favorite characters argument. Not argument, I mean topic. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the favorite characters. We know my favorite character is Finnick Odair.
Mm.
And he comes in Catching Fire, the second book, and wow, he really shakes up the
He
plot. He's
is a
really
legend.
he first of all wields a trident like freaking Poseidon. We love that.
Mm-hmm.
We love it.
He won the games when he was 14. He was the youngest one, I think, or
I don't know.
one of the youngest ones. I just
Yeah,
remember he was famous for that reason or something.
yeah. And then he was in love with Annie, and they were cute. And
Yeah,
then
they really had a good love story. And
yeah,
then
also like Finnick was doing Snow's dirty work and was basically like prostituted out, which was
yeah,
terrible. But he like kept his mouth shut and was like working on the inside against Snow.
yeah.
Icon for
Like
that.
he
And
was trying to do what it takes to survive too.
yeah, and like on the outside, he was like strong and whatever, but on the inside,
Mm-hmm.
this man was a mess. But
Yeah.
then in freaking Mockingjay,
Uh, I will
he
never forgive that woman
dies.
for killing him off. Yeah, spoiler alert if you didn't know already, but I hope you weren't listening. She just like he was like brutal. It was so brutal. Like, oh my gosh, his body basically got ripped to shreds. He sacrificed himself too. Like that was just sad.
Yeah, they
I
were
was
like
really
running in
depressed.
the tunnels, and the
Yeah.
mutations were like running after them, and he was like, "Go!"
And
And
Katniss like,
he
no.
stayed behind and got
He
ate
really
by the
saved all
mutations
of
so that
them.
they could get away. Like he had such an honorable death, but like the fact that he died, I was like, this was so wrong,
Yeah,
Suzanne. Like,
after like he
he's
had
my
survived so
favorite.
much, he had gone through like all of that. He had been in the games 2 times. Like he really did not deserve that. He should have just died old after living a lovely life with his family.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
sad.
Oh, and like, can we talk about him catching fire whenever like he really just wanted to protect Mags because Mags
Mm-hmm.
like took care of him, and
Mm-hmm.
like that
Even though
was
they were like, just leave her, she's old and she's gonna die anyways. But he was a soft, sweet boy. He was like, no, we're not leaving her. Let's get her. We're gonna
yeah,
save her as long as she can. As long as she can live, we're gonna take her. That was so
it's
sweet.
sad. Also, Mags dying was sad too because she basically gave herself up so that they could survive too. And
Yeah.
so many sacrifices in this
So
series.
many.
Who's your favorite
Yeah.
character?
Um, I think mine would either be Joanna. I feel like she's pretty iconic.
Yes.
Or I honestly like Peeta a lot as a character. Cause he was just very like soft spoken, but he had like, you know, he had hidden strengths, hidden talents, and it was just really sad when he and Joanna were brainwashed and kidnapped. Like that whole arc, like I mean, I understand why it was important to the plot, but it's just like so painful to read because like every time Katniss would like try to talk to either of them, like he would just be screaming and being like, "You're trying to kill me!" Ah!
And like
Yeah,
attacking her, but it's
yeah.
fine.
There's too much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, the whole brainwashing thing. Okay, first of all, when I first read that, it threw me for a loop. Like I was like, "Oh my gosh, they got PETA back. Yay! Like they saved him." And then all of a sudden he like attacks Katniss.
yeah,
Oh no, this is not good.
yeah.
And then like
And then he was like losing his mind, and he was like, "Is this real? I don't know. Oh, real or not real?" So sad.
I
But
love
then
you, real
like
or not real.
slowly but surely he got better. So good for him.
Yeah. Mm. See, I didn't like PETA in the first book, but the second and third I like him. Like the first, I was like, who is this boy telling her that he has a crush on her in the middle of this? What is this?
Yeah, I was like, this is not the time, man. But I guess also
Yeah.
it was a strategy to survive. So maybe
Yeah.
maybe he brought it up for that. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's why he said all that. Like, I don't think it was a lie. Like, I think he did like her.
Yeah.
I think he only told everyone on like national TV because he was trying to get some sponsors. And that was
Yeah.
honestly so.
That was smart. Yeah, Haymitch was like, you got to milk it for all your money's worth. And you know what? He was right because they did survive. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
the star-crossed lovers.
Yeah.
But then
And
it
then,
kind of sucked in Catching Fire when they were like pretending to be in love with each other
yeah,
at the beginning of it, but then they actually
I
did.
felt bad for him.
Yeah, I
He
was like,
was really
yeah.
just like, he was like, I know you don't feel the same. And she was like, okay,
She was
sorry.
like, yeah, I don't. I'm sorry.
But like, honestly, you can't really like force anyone to like you. So it's
Yeah,
not her
I mean,
fault.
yeah, I mean, Liam Hemsworth, he was attractive. Can't blame her.
Yeah,
Cannot blame her.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
then, but let's get into the Gale topic. Let's
Oh,
just start that right
let's
here.
just start that right now. Yeah. We can come back to the movies later because I feel like, I mean, I don't remember much about them, but we do have a lot of opinions about Gale. So let me just set the record straight. This is an anti-Gale. This is an anti-Gale house.
Yes. We got two words for him, which are war criminal.
And that's it.
That is my full opinion.
Well, okay, but actually, like, I mean, obviously we love the character, but I do not like him and Katniss together.
See, I didn't even
At the end
really
of the
like
book.
his character that much. Like, because in the first book, he was barely there.
Yeah.
And then the second book, I was like, okay, like, he got
It was
whipped.
sad. That part was sad. But yeah, like,
Yeah.
I feel like the whole time he was just like, since he knew Katniss for so long, he thought like they were gonna like stay together forever or whatever. And then he got mad that like she kissed Peeta in the arena. And I was like, this girl is literally trying to stay alive. It's really not about you, man. Like, just stop.
Yeah. And the second she came back, y'all were like dating, so I don't know why you're mad.
Yeah, they were basically together, and he was still like angry for no reason.
Yeah, I don't know. Gale, I feel like Gale is just so stubborn and self-centered, and he doesn't think about other people. So,
yeah, like I understand that he was trying to provide for his family and whatnot, but like he didn't really. I feel like he didn't think about what Katniss is going through, and he just he was just coming up with these bad plans because he hated the Capitol so much. Yeah, war criminal, as we said before. Yeah, would you like to explain why he's a war criminal? Just for any listeners out there?
gladly. If you have read Mockingjay, you should know that this literally bombed innocent people that were trying to help like injured children. Was it or what? Well,
Yeah, it was like they were like I think they were like Capitol children or medics or something.
Yeah, and they
And
had all the children there, and then Gail was like, "Let me bomb them." And guess who was there? Prim. What the hell, Gail?
Killed Prim. Gale killed Prim.
And
just so you know,
like I'm pretty sure Katniss told him not to do any crap like that because like he was going like crazy and like was in over his head, and then he was like, "It's for the cause," and then just killed innocent children.
He was like, first he literally came up with the idea. He was like, so first you bomb them a little bit, so then like when all the medics come in, you bomb them again. Like, do you hear how insane that sounds? Like, even if it is the Capitol, you're just gonna kill like the random people. Like, please direct your energy somewhere else. Like, the civilians themselves are not what is threatening you. They're just living their lives. Like, they literally don't know what's going on. Like, they have no access to like any of the, I don't know, staged uprisings or whatever. They're just there chilling. Most of them are kids. So basically, this man killed a bunch of kids for no reason. Yeah, we're a criminal.
And yeah, he straight up killed Katniss's sister and was like, "Not sorry." He's like, "I did it for the cause."
Yeah, he really tried to like say, well, we killed a lot of the capital.
Yeah, you
At
killed
what
my
cost
sister too.
though? And then Katniss interrogated him about it, and he was like, "Oh, well, too bad. Hello?
Yeah,
This man is
no.
evil."
Like that was so messed up. Like you cannot be redeemed from that. I'm sorry. If you
Yeah.
were still Team Gale after that, what is wrong with you? We do not support you or that opinion. This is
This is non-negotiable. I'm
like if
sorry.
you are okay with a man who murders your sister and you want to be with that
No.
man, you got
Leave.
mental issues.
Please
You need to
seek
break
help.
that.
Seek help.
Like I was Team Gale in the beginning. You got me there. They had me in the 1st
Mhm.
half.
They
But
did.
after that, there's just no way. Like, absolutely not.
Yeah. Like they really drew us in by casting Liam Hemsworth. They were like, guys, he's really hot, so like you should root for him. No. Okay, he's a war criminal. End of
No.
sentence. Sorry, Liam. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not your fault, but this is anti-Gale. Anti-Gale helps.
Yes. Yeah. Just the whole love triangle was a mess throughout the
Yeah.
series. Cause like,
Also, like the fact that like the media focused on that, and then the same thing happened in the movies. Like people were watching it for the love triangle, and I was like, you guys are like missing the point of the whole
why did
story.
I just now realize that? Like, seriously, when the people in the book are watching the Hunger Games take place, like they're like focused on the love triangle. And then
Mm-hmm.
when we are watching the movie, like the Hunger Games,
Yeah.
we're supposed to be like, oh, the oppressive government, this is a
Yeah.
terrible society. And tell me why I was focused on Liam Hemsworth.
Yeah. But it's like
So revealing of my character.
it just shows like how easily like the media can like twist your perceptions and make you see things, you know? Like they really were just betting on the star-crossed lovers and not realizing that it was a death match. Like let's get our priorities straight here. But
No,
also like that's like why like just the way that it can be so powerful in like
that's
either
literally
changing your opinion or something. Yeah.
like we are the capital watching the Hunger Games.
Yeah, basically.
Like we're focused on the things that are irrelevant.
Yeah. And I think I also remember like they had all these ads for the movies or like partnerships with like makeup companies and like clothing companies. And they're like, these are capital inspired lines. And I was like, you guys are literally being a little bit too too real, like too close to the capital right now. Like you guys really missed the whole point, but okay. Gotta make money. That's what they said.
All right. I guess we can get into like our opinions on the movies then, since we've
Mm-hmm.
kind of been talking about the movies a little bit. Like, do you think the movies were good compared to the books?
I don't remember if I watched when the last time I watched it was. I think I definitely saw at least 2 of the 4 in theaters, and I thought they were good. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously they can't be perfect, and you just don't have the money or energy to put everything in it, but it was cool just to see how they imagined like the districts and like all the technology. I thought the casting was pretty good, except for I think I did read somewhere that like Katniss was supposed to be like an indigenous person, so it was a little bit problematic casting Jennifer, but also Jennifer Lawrence is a really good actress. So like I couldn't be that upset by it. I feel like she portrayed Katniss well at least.
I did not know that she was supposed to be indigenous.
Yeah, or like indigenous to District 12, which I don't know if that's supposed to, I mean it's like in North America, but I don't know what specific region.
I think I saw a map like a long, long time ago that had them all. I'm pretty sure
Mm-hmm.
like where would have coal in the US? I don't know.
Yeah,
I
something
don't know
like
what region they were in.
I think it was like
They
the
definitely had forests.
Appalachian.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I think it's like somewhere near like the southeast, like
Mm-hmm.
but maybe like the Virginia area.
Yeah, so it makes sense that she could have been like Native American or something, but I guess I feel like Jennifer was probably more marketable to like the audiences. I
Yeah.
mean, she's not a bad actress, so I'm
Oh,
not that upset about it, but yeah.
but the casting though, like I love the cast, honestly. Also,
Yeah.
I went every single one in theaters. I was there at the midnight premiere. I skipped school the next day. Like me and my sixth
Wow.
grade friends, we all went and we dressed up. Guess who I dressed up as?
Katniss.
No.
Uh, let me think. Prim,
No. I'm not.
Rue.
No.
Who else
That is,
is
I can't.
what?
What am I? How am I
Clove.
going to dress up as Rue?
I don't know.
Just think of the worst possible character I could have dressed up as.
Snow.
No.
Gale, Peeta,
Okay, I'll
Clove,
tell you.
Foxface. Oh.
I was Effie.
LOL. Wait, why do I not? I feel like you showed me pictures before. I just did not remember.
I don't know where the pictures of that are. I know we took pictures that night, but I don't have them. But I
I don't have
need
them
them
either.
because you want to know how I dressed up as Effie?
Yeah, please tell me.
Oh my gosh. I had this skirt. You know those skirts, they're kind of back in style now. They're kind of like the tiered like skirts that are kind of like flowy-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I had a pink one with like
Mm-hmm.
orange polka dots on it and like a hot pink shirt. And we put my hair up in like little like pin curl kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like we would do little circles and like pin it in place. So I
Mm,
did that
I
all around
see.
my head. Just imagine.
I can picture it, honestly.
We use the hairspray stuff for like Halloween that's like different colors
Mm.
and sprayed my hair pink.
Wow, you were really dedicated to this premiere.
And let me tell you, if I did not look like I came from the Capitol, I don't know who did, but I was the most ridiculous looking person in that theater because everyone else, was dressed up as Katniss or like someone
Yeah, yeah.
boring. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I was dedicated.
You were standing out from the crowd.
Like I was in full costume, ready to go. Like
As
putting
you
on
should.
my accent.
Wow.
Anyways, but my friends, one of
Mm.
my friends went as Foxface, two of them went as Katniss. I think that was all of us. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Back to the cast though.
I actually do like the cast. I think, yeah, Effie Elizabeth Banks, she's literally perfect. I think
Yeah.
Liam is a really good Gale, Peeta, and Josh Hutcherson. Yeah, they work really
I love
well.
Josh Hutcherson.
Yeah, and the actor for Snow, like I don't remember his name, but yeah, he's like literally exactly how I pictured him. I I think he's in the movie. I don't know if he was who was Plutarch. I don't know if he was him.
Oh, um,
One
he
of
I
yeah, one
forgot
of
his
those
name,
people.
but he died like
Yeah, they like
for
dedicated the
Walking
movie
Dead.
for yeah, they dedicated the movie to him, which is really sweet of them.
Yeah, and then of course, like Woody Harrelson was Haymitch, and that was iconic.
That was actually so funny, like the way that he just perfectly encapsulated the character. Ugh, I love that portrayal.
Yes, yeah, and
Yeah.
then Sam Claflin as Finnick was really good.
Yeah.
He was
I
just
can't see
perfect
him
level
in any other role. Like whenever I see him in other movies, I'm like, Finnick, what are you doing there? Like he was
sassy. I'm
perfect.
like, what? Like
Yeah.
he's
Who
in
else?
Me Before You,
Yeah.
and
He was in
he's
that Millie
in
Bobby Brown
Pirates.
movie,
What
Enola
movie?
Holmes. I watched it. He was
Oh,
like he was playing like not Sherlock, but Mycroft Holmes. And I literally saw that he had like a mustache. I was like, what? Like, this is not correct. Like, you should be in the Hunger Games right now, Finnick. I don't know what you're doing in here, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was in like Pirates of the Caribbean,
Mm,
like the
maybe.
fourth one, I think. And he was
I
like in
don't
love with a
remember.
mermaid, and I was like, this fits the Finnick character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Who
he's from
else?
District 4, like, they be fishing.
Water. Yep.
Yeah. The cat, who else was on the
Rue
cat?
and Prim were really good too. Amandla.
Yes.
That was so sad. Like watching her dying in the theater. I actually
I
cried
cry.
so hard. So hard. Yeah, and
Yeah, I
then
think the more
Cinna. Oh my gosh, Cinna was
I was gonna
so
say
good.
that. Dude, Lenny
Cinna's casting
Kravitz.
is perfect.
And like I love Senna as a character. Like he was such a good character.
They did him
Especially in Catching
dirty.
Fire.
Yeah.
No, seriously, she was going into the Hunger Games, the quarter
And
quell,
he got killed right in front of her, like
beat to death. And then she's like, well, now I gotta just like survive and kill a ton of other people. Like when one of my best friends just died. Like, cool.
And like I remember watching that part in the movie too, and it was pretty accurate. Like she was like banging on the glass, like, oh my god, let me out of here. Cause like Cinna was getting dragged away. And I was like, oh my god. Yeah.
And like the only reason was because he made that Mockingjay dress, which was like the sign of the rebellion or whatever. But like it wasn't even necessarily the sign at that point, I don't think.
Yeah, it was just a bird.
It was slightly associated because Katniss was seen as like hope or whatever. But
yeah, that was perfect
dress. But I do love Cinna's character because he's like he's aware of the oppression, even though he's a part of the higher class.
And at least he tried to like do something to help. Like maybe he didn't think that he would be punished for it, but like even making that dress was a way to like show his support. And like obviously he actually cared for Katniss, which is like another way to show support.
Yeah, I think he kind of knew that he was gonna get in trouble for that. Like he had to have known that there wasn't.
He probably didn't care at that point though, because like he knew like he trusted Katniss enough that like he knew she was gonna do well, and like he really had nothing else to lose at that point. So I feel like he just did it because of that.
Yeah, because he's a baddie. I love him, but Lenny Kravitz is such Lenny Kravitz.
They really got the icon, the legend. Let me just clap for him.
Yes. And then Zoe Kravitz, his daughter, is in Divergent. I love her too.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, iconic. Y'all a dystopian novel family now.
Breaking in the big bucks. Oh yeah, Joanna's casting was really good too. What's her name?
Yes. I don't
remember her name. But yeah, like that was just really good. Really good, yeah. Really funny. Captured her sarcastic, personality, her vibes. Yeah, no problems with the casting, to be honest.
Yeah. And then I feel like the general plot was like really accurate. I mean, as accurate as they could be.
So. They got like the main points down and the themes at least. Yeah. Like sometimes with adaptations they just change it. Percy Jackson. But like at least they tried to they kept as much as they could, and at least they got the point across, which is what I'm looking for when I watch an adaptation.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and then soundtrack.
So good. Fire. We got Charlie XCX. We got Taylor Swift.
We got Lord.
Yeah. Oh, just too iconic.
Oh my gosh. First of all, Safe and Sound is one of the best Taylor Swift songs of all time. And people don't even acknowledge it.
I agree.
I'm like, I can play it on guitar, and let me tell you.
Me too.
Off the intro.
It's so sad, but it's so good. Like, she really knew what she was doing when she wrote that song. Also, we love Taylor Swift, so like obviously I was very happy to see her, having a song on the official soundtrack.
And the music video was good.
Yeah. And she was like supposed to be Prim or something in that music video. I was like, the ghost of Prim. When you cry some more.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna have to go watch that music video after this.
Honestly.
But then Lord with red, orange, yellow flicker beat, or I guess it's just called yellow flicker beat.
Yellow flicker beat.
Go red, orange, yellow flicker beat, sparking in my heart. I love that song.
Lord is such a good singer, and I like how her lyrics, like, they just always get that feeling that you want to hear.
Yeah. She gets me
how to say that better.
Like, that song and Green Light. Any song that Lord is singing about a color, I am all there for it.
We got red, yellow, green, blue. Just kidding.
Yeah, next? Red, orange, yellow, green.
What's next? I don't need to see the blue and the purple ones next.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna need Lord to drop those tracks.
I'm waiting for the album. Where's the next album, girl? We're waiting. We've been waiting.
Like,
Lord, if you're listening to this, please drop the album. I'm desperate.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, you know what was surprising though is like when Jennifer Lawrence sang The Hanging Tree, because I
Mhm.
remember the song from reading the books, like, it was really important, and then, like, there were these people who made some version of it on YouTube, and
Mhm.
then, like, they actually made it for the movie in Mockingjay,
Hmm.
and Jennifer Lawrence sang it, and it was, like, different than the one that I had heard before that was, like, fan made on YouTube, but it was still, like, really similar and really good.
Yeah. I think her voice, like, carried that, like, fragile tone that, like, the song is really depressing, but,
Yeah,
like, yeah, she did it really well.
and,
"Are you
like
coming to the tree?"
but, like, she's not an amazing singer, but, like, that's not what she does anyways.
Yeah, yeah. I
She
don't
did
think she needed to be a good singer, though, because I feel like it would've made the moment less powerful if she
yeah,
had been
and,
good.
like, I don't think Katniss, like, in the books would be a good singer, like, I just don't.
Yeah, yeah,
That doesn't fit her character, I don't think.
exactly. Yeah, let's see. What else? Other songs, I don't remember any of the other songs, but I do remember, like, it is, like, really different when you watch it in theaters, obviously, but it's just so epic, like, I just remember the chariots, like, when they were all coming into the Capitol the first time with the swelling music and the fire. That was just really, really good, like, I remember I think I was probably when is the last movie? I don't know. Whenever that movie came out, I was watching it and I was like, "Wow, they really this is, like, exactly what I see when I read the books, them, in the horse chariot, whatever, riding around, waving at the Capitol, everyone screaming, crying, blah, blah, blah." Yeah, love
Yeah.
that.
Honestly, like, when I saw that scene in the movie, like, in the theater,
Mhm.
I was amazed because in the book, you're like, "Wow, this is so cool," and then, like,
Yeah,
when you see it in the movie, you're like, "Whoa, those special
yeah,
effects actually look so cool."
and you don't realize, like, how big, like, the whole stadium is
Yeah,
until you see it. Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, shoot, like, the
Oh,
whole capital is there."
yeah, all of them, like, millions of probably not millions, like, thousands of people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
"There's
yeah, and
there,
then
gotta die."
yeah, and then I heard that they filmed a lot of it I think they filmed some of it in North Carolina,
They
and then, like, in Georgia.
they filmed in a hotel in Atlanta for the second one, for
Mhm.
Catching
Catching
Fire,
Fire.
for the training center.
Oh, I think I've been in that hotel.
I've been in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
hotel.
I've been in that
It's
hotel.
the one where it's, like, super tall, and, like, in the movie, you can tell it's that hotel. I was like, "I've been
Yeah. It's
there."
just cool that, like I mean, honestly, it fit the vibe very well, like, it really seems like a training center, but yeah, it just when they filmed the parts in the woods for, like, the games and stuff, I was like, "Wait, let me just, like, figure out where they were," because, like, I'm from here, from North Carolina, but I don't know where they were. Let me go
Yeah, they
reenact the
could've been
movie.
anywhere, honestly. Anywhere with some water and some
Yeah, with some
trees.
trees. There's a lot, so I don't know.
Yeah, but such a quality book series, and the movies were good too. Like,
Yeah.
they
I
were
would
good.
I would recommend the movies, to be honest, if you don't wanna read something. Like, they're pretty good quality, they follow the plot, they're shot very well, like, the camera work really adds to the whole mood. Like, when they were fighting and, like, the camera's, like, all shaky, that just helps you, picture what they're seeing. Yeah.
See, my problem is, like, with action-y kinda movies, though, like, I kinda hate when the camera's shaking because 'cause I'm like, "I can't see." Like, "What's happening?"
Yeah,
But I guess, I mean, they do that on purpose, but
yeah. It's just, like, to put you in their shoes, but also, yeah, I can see how it would be annoying at times.
yeah. Like, sometimes when they do it for a few seconds, I'm like, "Okay." But
Yeah,
once we hit, like, 10 seconds of I can't see anything in focus, that's when it's too much.
yeah. Oh my gosh, I just remember the part where Kato died. That was so sad. The huge cornucopia, and he
I did
just
not feel bad for that man.
I didn't feel bad, but it was just, like, in the movie, it kinda showed how, like, he was still a kid, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah. I think the
RIP."
honestly did a better job than the book at that part. Maybe I haven't read the
Mhm,
book in a long time, so maybe I'm misspeaking. But
mhm.
the movie, like, I can vividly remember that part in the movie because he's like
He's like begging like
Yeah.
to be
He's like, "You
sacrificed, like
won."
to spare me. Yeah, like he's like, just kill me because I don't want the dogs to kill me. And he
Yeah.
looks young in that scene, or at least like he looks like a kid, like a teen.
Yeah. He doesn't have his like tough guy facade. He's like, I'm gonna die and there's nothing I can do about it. And I think he has like a realization that
Mm-hmm.
there was nothing that he could do like to begin with because like it was a messed up
Yeah.
thing that he like I think he volunteered,
Yeah, yeah.
but
He was a tribute, right? Or a career tribute. Like
yeah, he was a
he
career.
was trained. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he was District 1 or District 2. He was
Something like that.
I think he was District 2. I don't know. But anyways, he
Yeah.
like the whole time he's like got this tough guy facade, like I'm gonna kill y'all, I'm gonna win this, and then at the end he's like, oh shoot, like I should have known, like there was no good ending to this. Like
Yeah.
we're all being killed.
Yeah.
We're forced to kill each other by the government.
We're forced to play the game. Like, yeah, like either way, either he would have won and like had to live with the consequences his entire life, the trauma, or he dies. Like there's no other option.
Yeah, he
So,
realized that like
yeah.
nobody really wins.
Exactly. You all lose. Yeah, it's just
Like he
it's
didn't
just such a
say
good
all of
book.
that, but you could tell that like his emotion
Mm-hmm.
was like he had a change.
Yeah. So things like this that like make me remember how good the series was. Like it does seem like just like a kid's book sometimes, but it's so there's so much that you can talk about. It's very deep and a lot of analysis can be done. Yeah.
The crazy thing is, like, can you imagine when like our kids are in school and they're like, "We're gonna read this classic novel called The Hunger Games," and I'm gonna
Uh,
be like,
I'm gonna
"Classic
be
novel?"
like, uh,
Because
but
I
also,
remember,
yeah, it deserves to be a classic novel. It's
like,
so good.
in high school, we were arguing like in my AP Lit class. We had to like read these books, and on the third essay question, you have to reference like a critical piece of literature, and we were like, "So does The Hunger Games count?" Because it's kind of
Hmm.
like critical, like it seems like it is because it was like
Yeah,
really
I would have
important.
counted it.
But I wasn't gonna use it on the AP exam. But like I think like years from now, if people are still like reading it, like it's definitely gonna be up there with like classic novels eventually, like over time. Because
Yeah,
it was
I
just
agree.
the themes were just so good.
Yeah, like
Bye bye to Kill a Mockingbird. Let's bring in the Hunger
oh,
Games.
I actually love that book. But yeah, like it has like so much that you can dive deeper into, but at the same time, like it won't take you forever to read. So it's not going to be like hard to teach or anything. You just have to do a little bit of critical thinking, you know? We love critical thinking. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I feel like if I was an English teacher, I would love to teach that book. I'd be
I
like,
would
"Listen,
assign it.
y'all,
Yeah.
this is a book from my childhood. Enjoy it."
Yeah. And like it kind of inspired all those other dystopian novels. I feel like it had a lot of impact on that genre. It is genuinely good, blah blah blah. So I would consider it classic by now. It's been like
Yeah.
what, 10 years? I think it deserves to be a classic.
It's been more than 10 years, I think. When was
I
it?
think the first one came out in 2008. Yeah, so more than 10 years. Wow. We're old.
Yeah, 2008.
It's crazy.
12 years or 13
Time
years.
flies. Yeah, 13. Oh, time flies.
I forgot it wasn't 2020. Yeah.
LOL.
No, I think The Hunger Games and I don't know if any other like dystopian novels will really become classics. I feel like Harry Potter, like it's not necessarily like gonna be a classic that you read in school, but it will
Yeah.
be like classic for the
That's
rest
just
of
like
time because
something
of
that
like the
everyone
impact it
knows.
had.
Yeah, like everyone knows about Harry Potter, but I don't think like it would be that useful in like a teaching, environment.
Yeah. Like I think that it'll kind of be like I don't know, like Sherlock Holmes or something. Like we don't really
Yeah.
read that in school, but everyone knows what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
let's see. Any concluding thoughts about the Hunger Games?
Suzanne
Mm.
Collins broke my heart 10,000 times in the whole series. It's
Yep.
fine.
But I thank her for that.
But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the
I
pain.
was grateful. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let me just count real quick. So, first of all, when Prim, her name was called
Prim
in the reaping,
yep.
like, heartbreak. I was like,
Yeah,
no.
and after Katniss was like, "You're not gonna be chosen, like, it's only your first year." I was,
Yeah.
like, actually shocked when that happened.
And then when Katniss was like, go find mom, like, and she volunteered,
Oh,
I was like, ah.
yeah,
And
number
then,
2.
let's see. Number
Rue
two,
dying.
Rue dying, like, for
Rue
sure.
dying.
That was
Such a
terrible.
such a loss of innocence, and the
Yeah.
fact that, like, Katniss said that she reminded her of Prim, like, that really broke my heart.
You know what that just reminded me of? That 9-year-old girl who was literally, like, pepper sprayed by the police. That's like Rue.
Yeah, I read about that in the news, yeah. She was saying, like, "I'm a kid," like, she's literally a kid. That's
Like,
messed up.
and, like, 4 cops had to, like, pepper spray and, like, hold down this 9-year-old girl, like, no, no.
What? Like, for what? She didn't do anything.
Like, the thing is, you think that the things that happen in the book are crazy, and then that stuff happens in real life, and you're like,
Yeah,
"What the
and then
heck?
it's like,
This is real."
what am I supposed to do? Well, that's for you to figure out, but yeah, like, it seems crazy, but I guess it really isn't that crazy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, next heartbreak, whenever they had to go to the Quarter Quell,
Yeah.
because I was like,
Oh, yeah, I remember reading that, it was like she was like, "Oh, I'm actually gonna die this time," because she thought she never had to go back,
yeah,
and then her name was called because she was the only one.
yep. And then
When Mags died, that was pretty sad.
Mags dying,
Mm.
and then whenever there is no District 12,
Oh, yeah, that
end
was
of book
sad.
2. Like,
Oh,
how
yeah, it just ended. Oh my
she
gosh.
said, "There is no District 12, end of book 2," and I was like,
It was like, "The story will continue in Mockingjay." I was like, "Huh?"
I was like,
Uh,
"I need to get my hands on this immediately." What the
yeah,
heck is wrong with you, Suzanne? That was messed up. Okay, that was
yeah,
5. Peeta being trapped at the Capitol,
yeah,
and then Peeta coming back
and
and
attacking her.
messed up.
Mhm.
Prim dying, Finnick
Oh,
dying, Cinna dying.
all of them dying.
Let's see. Anything else? Oh, Gail getting whipped.
Yeah, that was pretty sad. Brutal.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, whenever they die, I get sad.
Oh, Haymitch being an alcoholic because of all his
Oh,
trauma.
that poor man. He
Like,
needs some
everyone made
therapy.
fun of him, but I'm like, he's literally this way because he experienced
Yeah, how is he gonna cope otherwise?
like he
Yeah.
had to kill people, and
And it
then
was
people
like
tried to kill
double
him.
it was the 50th year, so he had like double the amount of participants. He had to kill twice as many people.
I will say the way that Haymitch won was really cool though.
Yeah, that
Like
was
he
clever.
threw the like axe into the abyss, and then it came back.
Hmm. He really just fell down, and then the other guy died. That was smart. It was also smart when Peeta was like, um, "If it weren't for the baby,"
Oh,
and then the whole audience was like, "That was
he
actually
always
so
dropping
funny."
bombs in his
Yeah,
interviews.
yeah, yeah. And then
Like
what's that guy's name? Oh my gosh, why did I forget the announcer's name? He was just like, "Oh my gosh," and everyone screamed, and
we
yeah,
forgot to mention Stanley Tucci in the
yeah.
cast.
What's his character's
Oh,
name? Why do I not remember this?
oh gosh,
I
I should
really don't
know.
remember.
I should know. Hold
But
up,
yeah,
hold up.
he's a really good portrayal as well. I literally cannot think of the name. Why am I like this? Uh, does it start with the F?
Caesar Flickerman.
Caesar. Yeah, okay. Caesar. Oh, look, I like the emperor. See, she made a lot of like allusions to Roman, ancient Rome, Greek
I didn't
mythology.
know that.
Yeah. Like panem
Oh,
means
I
bread.
actually no. She had like the mutations were supposed to be like Cerebus. I remember
Mm-hmm.
reading that.
Panem is bread, and then the games were the circuses, bread and circuses. That's like how the emperors of Rome kept their people happy. They gave them bread and games. Yeah. And then like
Sounds
I
about
think
right.
she said she based the games off of like gladiator battles, which makes sense. And then there's just like little things that are in like Latin or Greek, which I remember. But yeah.
Mm, all right. Well,
I think
anything
that's
else
all.
about the games? Yeah, I think
Well, I just want to say everyone read it. Everyone should read it. Everyone should watch the movies. And this is not a joke. And also we hate Gale.
the takeaway point from this is that Gale is a war criminal. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you for listening. Bye.
And don't forget to subscribe. Let us know your opinions in the comments or rate us. Let us know there.
Leave a review. Give us some
Yeah.
suggestions. Let us know what we can change.
And if you have
Thanks,
any
though.
suggestions for any topics for us to discuss, let us know. All right.
Let us know.
Peace out.
Bye.